around the world, we have access towards the things. So what is the reason? Because of internationalization, because of business going global. What is business? Business is nothing but buying and selling goods and services in exchange of money. What is fiscal policy? Fiscal policy is nothing but the policy that has been taken up by the government, so with respect to your taxation. Hello everybody, I'm Divya, Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce and Management, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. I take this opportunity to welcome you all for the introduction class on your syllabus discussion. So, B.B.A. second semester Business Environment subject. Moving forward, let us discuss course outcome. So before starting the class, I'll put you all a question, my dear students. So when I ask you what is your favorite food, so what you'll say? You'll say we love pizza, we love burgers, we love junk food. So is this food is our domestic made, or is this food that is being internationally made? Where is the origin? So when we hear about the pizza, when we hear about this food, that has been a global food now. So everywhere, all across the nation, all across the world, you'll get your pizza, KFC and burgers. What is the reason behind? What is the factors that is influencing the business? So you have to understand this. In order to know this, all the customers we are expecting, we are asking for different taste, different religious, cultural food today. So if not only the food, the things that is there in the are global. What is the reason behind this? What is the consumer's perception changing towards the food, towards the trend, towards the environment? It is because of the business. It is nowadays the business has become global. It is not restricted towards your boundaries. It is been global now. All across the world we are available, all across the globe we are accessible towards the custom, towards the religious, towards the food, towards the business, and to all the things around the world we have access towards the things. So what is the reason? Because of internationalization, because of business going global, because of the globalization. So what are these factors? What are these words that we are talking all about in today's class? It is nothing but from your business environment. So what is business? What is environment? So in your introduction class, what are the syllabus that your University of Mysuru is put to you for your studies, so that you understand business in a better way? Because business nowadays, it is not restricted towards the domestic, it has been global. All across the world we have access to raw materials, we have access to the resources that is all across, that is available towards the globe. So let us understand the course outcome first. Why is this subject put to you people? So if you study this subject towards your end of the semester, you will be able to understand the following points. What is the outcome that you get if you study business environment as a subject? So on the successful completion of the course, the students will be able to understand how the different components of business environment that affects the business. What is this components? Components is nothing but the part of business, internal component as well as external component. So how it will affect the business? What are the environmental factors that we have to consider while taking up the business decision, because we are acting global now. So thinking local and acting global is very important nowadays in order to cater the customers, in order to attract the consumers. So in our business environment, we have different competition from the different companies. So there are different similar products that is available in the market. So in order to attract the customer, in order to understand what is their requirement, what is their need, it is important to understand our environment. So what is environment? Environment is nothing but the surrounding which we live. The surrounding the business has to make or it has to run. So that is important. The surrounding, what is the surrounding that is affecting the business? So that surrounding has to be detailedly analyzed before taking any decision with respect to business. The first, you will be able to understand the different components of business. What are the different components of business? The second outcome, ability to analyze the environmental factor which influences the business organization. You will be able to demonstrate competitive structure, analyze for selecting your industry. So for your particular industry, what kind of structure has to be formulated so that they encounter the threats and avail the opportunity, take up the opportunity in a best way. Next is ability to explain the impact of fiscal policy and monetary policy. So at the end of your all units, when you learn, you will be able to understand what is monetary policy is all about, how the government is formulating the fiscal policy. So in order to control the money supply in a particular economy, what are the monetary policy they are bringing into that business. And when it comes to your next point, that is ability to analyze the impact of economic environmental factors that will affect the business. So in all the corners, in 360-degree corners, the businessman, the person who is taking up the business should be aware of, because it is not that only the internal factors, it is both the internal and the external factors that will be affecting the business. So we have learnt many examples in our day-to-day life. So we have come across demonetization, we have come across GST implementation, we are still in the COVID phase. So what are the factors that has been affected on our business? Definitely all these implications have been seen in our business. So understanding this environment, understanding the factors, understanding how it will influence our business. So if we know that, definitely the businessman can take up the better decision in order to reap the particular market. Moving forward, module number 1. So totally you have how many modules, my dear students? You have 5 modules. So module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4 and module 5. So all the 5 will be your theory itself. It's a pure theory paper. So where you will be having analytical skills in understanding your business environment. So module number 1 is Introduction to Business Environment. So what is business? Business is nothing but buying and selling goods and services in exchange of money. So earlier the emphasis was only on goods. Now the emphasis is on services as well, because of the trend that has changed. So in 21st century, so we have Zomato, we have Swiggy. So where is all this? We have Dunzo services. From where all this has been evolved? It's because of the generation, it's because of the technology that we are into. So understanding what is the importance of services has also been predominantly important for us in 21st century, in our present generation. So environment is nothing but the surrounding which we live, the surrounding which the business will undertake. The surrounding has to be analyzed properly. So that business environment introduction will be studied in your unit 1. Meaning of business, what is the scope and objective of business environment? So what is the objective of every business? It is nothing but to make profit, to earn money, to grow and survive in a particular market with having a good competition. So that will be the main objective. So in order to have all this benefits, in order to achieve the organizational goals and objective, it is important to understand the environment. So we have, when it comes to the components, types or the parts of business environment, we have many names for that. So that is micro environment and macro environment, internal environment and external environment. So internal environment which has the firm or the business has a control over it. So like vision, mission and the objective. So all those comes under internal environment. External environment, again we have a bifurcation called micro environment and macro environment. So micro environment, your suppliers, customer and your stakeholders. So all this comes under your micro business environmental factors. When it comes to macro business environmental factors, they are nothing but your social, cultural, economical, political, legal, technical and natural environmental factors. So all this will definitely have an impact over your business. So to understand them in detail, this syllabus is put to you people. So understand and take over the business carefully. So natural environment, to take up example for natural environment, so we had a COVID phase, so still we are in a COVID phase. So what are the advantages we had, what are the disadvantages we have? There was a no scope for mask making, so now mask, sanitizer, so there is a increase, so there is a increase in the product consumption of your medicine. So all these are the advantages. At the same time, there was a lot of losses that we can see because of the natural disaster. If we take up the example of Kerala flood, so all these are the factors that definitely affect the business. Moving forward, what are the impact of these factors on decision making in our business? Environmental analysis. So environmental analysis has 4 steps, or we can call it as a process of environmental analysis. It is nothing but a detailed analysis about your environment. So environmental analysis has to be done. So the 4 steps stands for screening, forecasting, assessment, and your planning has to be done in your environmental analysis. We have competitive structure analysis of business. So this is your module 1. When it comes to the important topics, my dear students, so business environmental factor, that is your internal environment and external environment. It is very important topic for your examination. Very important topic. To begin with, it is very important topic for your exam point of view. Moving forward, the second module, government and legal environment. So whatever the external environment that we have discussed so far, that is your social environment, cultural environment, economic, political, legal, technical and natural environment, all this external environment will be studied as a individual units. So your second unit, third unit, fourth unit and fifth unit will be the factors of business external environment. So if you study that in detail, so you will understand all the modules in a better way. So all this external factors of business environment is studied as a individual unit. So government and legal environment is your second module. Government functions of the state, you will be learning economic role of government, state intervention in businesses, reasons, types, what is the impact of monetary policy. So you will be able to understand what is monetary policy, what is fiscal policy, what is EXIM policy, export and import policy, how does the government will impose restrictions on trade, how they'll protect the domestic businesses to avoid the competition in the market. So all this will be learnt in this unit. And what is fiscal policy? Fiscal policy is nothing but the policy that has been taken up by the government, so with respect to your taxation. So monetary policy, it is nothing but a measure the central bank of our India, that is RBI, will take up the monetary policy, wherein they will be providing certain rules, regulation regarding the money flow in the market. So when we have inflation and deflation, so it is the RBI one who controls the money supply in the particular economy. So what is that monetary policy? How that will affect on our business? So that will be studied in your module 2. Moving forward, we have module number 3, economic environment and global environment. So we were talking initially the topic that we have taken for the discussion was about the consumption pattern, was about globalization, how we are getting the food, what is available in USA, we are getting that in India. So how it is possible because of globalization. So this an overview of economic environment. So you'll study how the nature of economy is there, structure is there, structure of each economy, because now we are acting what? Globally. So since we are thinking locally but we are acting globally, so we need to understand and adopt as per the structure of each and every economy of the country. So we should understand what is the policy that they are made, what is the economic structure that they have, the country have, all these things that has to be monitored and has to be understood when you take up the business, because we are not only providing, we are not only catering our domestic customer, we are catering the goods and services all across the world. So to understand everything, each and every aspect or the corner of the environment becomes essential. So factors affecting economic environment. What is globalization? What are the dimensions of globalization? How the company or the business can go globally? Stages of globalization, will be studying essential conditions of globalization, the challenges that we have, everything will be studied in your module number 3. Moving forward, next we have is module number 4. To begin with, we have technological environment. So if we take up the word technology, you people are very familiar. So in your YouTube every day, in your wherever social media you see, you have a concept called chat GPT. So nowadays it has been in trend. So what is this chat GPT? So how does it affects the business? Because of the technology that we are upgrading ourselves. So that upgradation will have a adverse effect or it will also have a benefit for us. So to understand what is technology, what is the types of innovation that is coming up, how the business can reap the advantage of those things, all those has to be detailedly understood. The technological factor is very important. So earlier it was only labor intensive technology that were taken in an industry for the production purpose. Now we have capital intensive technology. The machine will take up the task of doing all the things. So in order to know what is the technology that is there, we have to be updated towards everything. So for our mobile phone, for everything, there is an upgradation. Same way for technology, for the business also, what is innovative, we have to put that. Then only the customer will come and accept our product. So if there is no innovation, the customers will lose our customers, our potential customers. Next we have impact of technological changes on business, technology and the society, technological acquisition modes, IT revolution and business, management of technology. So in your module 4, you'll only be focusing about the present day technology, what is the technological impact that we have on our business and how that advantages can be taken up by our business in order to reap the market, in order to take up the customers. Moving forward, next we have is module number 5, natural environment. So nature is very important, my dear students. So we all talk about sustainability. We all talk about we should plant trees. So Sadhguru always tell us to plant trees, so to avoid the usage of plastic. So the government wants completely to ban the plastic. Why? Because of the natural environment. So if we are protecting today, definitely the nature will give back something for us back. The nature will provide us benefit for the future generation as well. So keeping that point in mind, it is very important to take care of our nature. So use eco-friendly products. So as soon as you use the plastic bottles or the sachets that you use, so everything has to be put into dustbin, the glasses, because it will be consumed by animals. So if you throw it there only, or if you doesn't throw the garbage properly, it will be harmful for the environment. So it is very important to look after our nature very carefully. So natural environments, how natural environment will affect the business. So if tsunami, as I've given you the example of Kerala flood, so we have many natural disasters as an example if we want to take up. So how that will affect the business. So what are the advantages we have? That decisions has to be taken wisely, because we are depending on our nature. It's a life life cycle. So if we are taking up something from the nature, it is important to give them back. So what are the factors that is influencing? So 100% one questions will be there in your examination based on impact of natural environment on business. So that has to be studied in your module number 5. So next, skill development activities. As you have a theoretical aspect, theoretical knowledge, I'll be teaching you all theoretical part. Meanwhile, it is important to understand or to take up the practical knowledge as well. To gain practical knowledge, we have few of the skill oriented activities that is assigned for you people by the University of Mysore. So kindly do it, my dear students. List of key features of recent monetary policy published by RBI impacting the business. So you have to visit RBI website, take up the recent activities of them, key features of recent monetary publications. So just check that and make a list of it. You'll get to know what is our government doing in order to have a good impact on our economy. Next, give your observation as to how technology has helped the society. So how technology has helped, how ChatGPT has helped you, how or any other software that has been helped you, how technology is upgraded every time. So you have to note that and you have to list and write it. Next, draft 5 forces model for imaginary business. So you have to develop a model, business model. Next, identify the benefits of digital transformation in India. We have digital transformation, everything, phone pay, Google Pay, we have Paytm, the other things are there in online, everything is online. Your marks cards also you can avail online now. So everything is online. What is the digital transformation that you are seeing in India and what are the benefits? So do all the skill development activities, my dear students. Moving forward, so this is very important for your understanding. Internals, so you know that NEP pattern. So you will be writing examination for 60 marks, 60-40 pattern, 60 marks written examination, 40 marks will be your internals. So for your internals, 30 marks will be there, 2 internals will be conducting. So for the first internals, unit 1 and unit 2, for 30 marks it will cover, and for your unit 3 and unit 4 and unit 5. So for that you will be having second internals, that also will be 30 marks. And suppose if we couldn't take up that all the 3 units, so 3 units, third unit will be for internal 2, unit 4 and unit 5 will be for internal 3. So final marks will be allotted for 40 marks based on the aggregate of these two. Moving forward, question paper pattern, as I have told you, will be doing it for 60 marks. So 5 questions of 2 marks has to be written. So 5 questions of how many marks? 2 marks. 10 mark will be allotted. So 10 mark question, 2 has to be answered, 20 marks. 15 mark question, 2 has to be answered for 30 marks. So total will be 60 marks. So minimum passing marks, I want you all to score good on your business environment subject. So score 60 on 60 with a good positive mindset. But still, candidates who have to obtain a minimum of 35 marks, that is 21. So 21 marks out of 60 you have to take for theory examination. Since it's a theory paper, you have to take how many marks? 21 marks in your examination. So 60, for that you have to take 21 marks, but you have to score 60 on 60 in business environment. Books for references, this is very important. So the best book, Dr. K. Ashwathappa, Essentials of Business Environment, Sundaraman and Black, The International Business Environment, Chidambaram, Business Environment. So we have many other textbooks that is prescribed by our University of Mysore. So any of the textbook also, it is very beneficial for you all for business environment. So you can refer this. So the textbook that I am referring is Dr. K. Ashwathappa, Essentials of Business Environment textbook. So these are the reference textbooks that is there. So that's it, my dear students. Hope the session was very interesting and fruitful. The introduction class, you have understood the topics that is there for you for this particular semester to study and what are the benefits for your practical life. So keep learning, stay blessed. Smile is the biggest jewel, people. Keep smiling. Thank you.